Yes, guys, welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Let's get champed, part 9. We've got to a very, very important time in the game. And the first thing you're going to see, so I don't delay this, Peter Rudd has been named our Ballon d'Or of the game. And it's funny, really, because he actually was amongst about 6 people that I felt deserved it. And his name popped up a couple of times in respect of people's nominations. So it had to be Pete Rudd, and the best part of it is he got it, and since the last part, he's had a good run. He's had a really, really good run. So he's at Union Berlin now. He moved there last season, or shall I say this season at the start, and he had a very good successful stint at Manchester City. £27.5 million move. Look at the date, it's the 7th of May, 42, so we're coming to the end of the season now. So I opted to do it because it means that there's still a chance for anybody out there. Pete Rudd ends with 75 caps. I mean, I say ends, he's still going. Let's just have a look at his contract. He is out of contract. Now, remember, we had 100 people, didn't we? I knew we'd lose some. And we've lost 38 people. We are down to 62 people. Let's have a quick gander. Jamie Baxter. He has got an agreed move. He's going to go to Elgin City. So he's going to... they are in a playable league. I weren't 100% sure. But he is going to Elgin City. So he's staying in Scotland. Mark Bonney. Mark Bonney is going to Watford. But he's had a very good career, Mark Bonney. Well done. Boozer. Boozer is going... Well, I don't even know who they are. It's like Portuguese non-league. So Boozer is still going. We'll have a look at the contracts afterwards. Craig Bothwell, now he was one of the contenders for the Ballon d'Or. Devonport City, never heard of him. Non-league. Oh, non-league Australia. Okay. Mark Brown, Accrington Stanley. Okay, Baz Chambers. Baz is at Baz is at Solihull. There was somebody else at Solihull, weren't there? So he's had a Bosman move at the start of this season, just gone. Michael Chambers, Fiorentina. Wow. Look at that, I've actually done well. I know I've only had 5 games this season, but 5 decent games. Actually done really, really well. If I'd realised how well I'd done, I'd have put myself down for the Ballon d'Or and Defender of the Year and just all-round great amazing person, but not happening. So, Ashton Clare's got a transfer move from Harrogate. He is going to Rushall. Rushall, who are Rushall? Non-league, obviously. Michelini, Clark and Sony, and he's going to, I don't know who they are, Italian Serie A, Cittadella. Michelini, or Michael Clarkson, well, he had the world at his feet at one point, didn't he? But he's been very prolific. His name was also in that hat for the Ballon d'Or. Probably just didn't get the games that he wanted. Matt Collier-Brown, Portsmouth, and he's got a move going to Port Vale. Now, interesting about Matt is, if you look overall here, he must be one of the highest appearances around, particularly outfield players. 722 games. Phenomenal set of games. It's just a shame that average rating is so shit. Over to Padraig is at Plymouth. Well, he finally got his move out of Galatasaray, didn't he? Oh, no, I didn't realise that. So he got his move out of Galatasaray to Plymouth, then left for Bolton for 1.7, then returned to Plymouth for 4.2. So, Padraig is still going. He's still there. Over to page 2 now then. Philippe Dirala. He's, I don't know where he's moved to. So he's still in Brazil, Philippe. Still going strong, my friend. Steve is at Monza. A move from Toronto. Not the greatest move in the world, was it for you, Steve? Tony Dunn is now seeing what it's like to have a cold Wednesday night at Stoke-on-Trent. Not actually had a bad end to his career, Tony Dunn. Still hasn't broken into the Ireland squad, though. Mike Evangelou. Still in Greece. So he was at Kavala, what were they, non-league, weren't they? It's a shame, really. He went on loan then. No, he went on loan. He went on a free to Kavala and Apollon Laris. Yeah, see, he's actually been playing competitive games now, but he hasn't had any games. So he went on a Bosman. Okay, Mike, that is the end of the road for you. On to Mr. Safans, Eben Cremonese. Not bad, Eben. recently crowned runner-up in the goalkeeper of the year, of course. On to Pedro Fernandes. Pedro Fernandes is playing at San Janés. Never heard of him. Portuguese second tier. Yeah, shocking. Actually, I hadn't done too bad prior, to be honest with you. Fodster. Fodster is at Central over in Argentina. I'm trying to remember where he was. Well, he's been around the block, hasn't he? Celtic. He was at Celtic, weren't he? So Rayo for 300 grand. Cacarino, Go Ahead Eagles, Central. But he's just not getting any games now. Look, just accept it, Fodster. Retire. You're now losing your legacy as the Oceania Player of the Year, of course. Mark Hamill, Celtic. Yeah, he went on the Boswell. He's going to Falkirk. Matt Harvey, Braintree. He's going from Solihull again. It's fucking interesting, isn't it? Okay, Steve Hart. Steve Hart is at Rostock. 325 grand. A free transfer then to Germany. And then, a free transfer to Germany and then a £325,000 move. Once upon a time, one of the best things, prospects since sliced bread. Hornblower, right winger, Edinburgh Uni. Are they in a playable league? Oh, they are. Okay. So, go on. Hornblower, well done you. Let me remind you now, guys, if you don't hear your name, you know you've retired. Okay, over to Mike Humphreys. Braintree again. Another one. Are they in a playable league? No, they're not. Hands in the Air is currently on a free transfer. It looks like he's just been released by Crystal Palace. Gary Johnson, Dundee United, has just had to move there at the start of the season from Airdrieonians. Yeah, you've been around, didn't you? You've been around, Gary. Over to Kev Kevchenko. Well, he's not a Burnley anyway. Yeah, he's still ripping it, isn't he? He's still ripping it apart with his ruthless performances, and he's in Russia right now. So to be blunt with you, Kev, you can stay there. No one's gonna fucking miss you. Andy Lakin, Motherwell. Look at that. What are they top flight? Yeah, 46 games he played in. I said, didn't I? I mean, look. He's conceded a lot. The last 3 seasons, he's conceded over 220 odd goals. You can even go back a few more, but he's really starting to get some game time in now, Andy Lakin. Better late than never. And you've still got another year on your contract, so who knows. Rob Lloyd is at Salernitana. Free transfer move to Brighton. A big move to Brighton. Free transfer to Mansfield and Salernitana. Well, I've had a complete fucking mind blank now, haven't I? Was that Rob Lloyd? That was Rob Lloyd, I just said, weren't it? Yeah. Okay, so, from Madeira, Alaves. He's at the Alaves B team. Alaves B last season. I don't think they're in a playable league. Yeah. It's time for you to hang up your boots as well. Marimo, still at Roma. Wow, Paolo Marimo. 26 games for Roma last season, or this season. And look at, he's done really, really well. And I think it would be fair to say he deserves more credit than he's getting, Paolo Marimo. He's done really well. Let's just see what he's got left. He's out of contract, so possibly means he's going to fuck off as well. But well done, mate. Well done. Over to Gavin Martin at Barnet. That's how Gavin Barnet concludes. Stephen Main, Exeter City. Yep. John McGrath, Boreham Wood. Ironic that is Boreham Wood for you, John. Nah, I'm only joking, John. You shit. Okay, that's John McGrath. Over to Liam McShane, Coventry City. He's been around the block, hasn't he? Matt Meikle. Hey, Matt Meikle's at Peterborough United. But it's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good. Greg Miller at Sheffield Wednesday. £16,000 move from Partick. Bob Mole is at Lindome. Non-league of Sweden. I thought it might have been in a playable league, actually. Bob Mole, but never mind. How can you... Okay. Still don't look too bad of a player, to be honest. Tiny little left back, but it's unplayable, so I cannot take that as gospel. On to Stu Murtagh, Sheffield Wednesday. He's had a few moves, hasn't he, towards the end of his career. Pepe Page, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Currently available on a free after no games. Wolves 6th in the Premier League. Panos still in Greece. Still not doing too bad, to be honest with you. Redders is on loan from Blackburn at St Trudin. So Lazio, Bradford, yeah, not bad, Redders, not bad. Not bad whatsoever. Carl Rhodes, Deportivo, big move for you. That was an important one. 5 games at the seniors. You did really, really well there, Carl. Rees, Banana Rees, Fleetwood. You've been quite loyal, to be honest with you, Rees. You know, you went back to Brighton after spending so many successful years. I think, you know, you're a good role model there. Good role model indeed. Over to Paul Roberts, the journeyman, now at Rotherham, a Bosman to Accrington. So he clearly only signed a 1-year deal at Accrington. That is Paul Roberts. On to page 5, Jesper Ronman, a big contender here for the Footballer of the Year, no doubt about that. And £150,000 move to Van Loos after a free transfer move to AGF. AGF, are they playable? They are. A very good season. And Van Loos, they're playable as well. He's done really, really well. I think there's absolutely no doubt about his credentials because he's been very prolific and he's his contract. Yeah, he's still got another year. Who knows for Jesper? Okay, where are we? Jesper, right. Pete Rudd, of course. We've mentioned Pete Rudd. He is our decided Ballon d'Or. Mark Rutgers, Lamel on loan from Blackburn Rovers, Mark. And you've gone all over the place, haven't you? You've gone all over. Why don't you just stay at Ajax? Dan Saunders at Rafe Rovers. A couple of Bosman moves there to Dundee and Rafe after Sunderland let you go. Peter Taylor. I think when I played my video back, the last one, I think I said Ian Taylor at one point for you, didn't I? Apologies for insulting you there. Okay, there you go. Sheffield Wednesday after a move from Stockport, who Rangers let you go there, Peter Taylor. Over to Chris Thomas. Chris Thomas is at Hull City. Bosman moved there after a once a £24.5 million player when he went to West Ham. Never really worked out for you though, did it, Chris? Chris Thompson as at East Kilbride. Obviously they're Scottish, but I've never heard of them. But there you are. There you are. Matt Tierney, Leyton Orient. Free transfer from West Brom after that move from Southampton. Well done, you, Matt. Dave Treasurer, you're still going. Lincoln. Well, you're ripping it up in Lincoln, aren't you? There you go. Look at that. I told you he was a bad boy. PAOK, Marseille, Almat, Stockport, Lincoln. That is Dave Treasurer for you. Thomas Tunnicliffe, New York, still in America. Yeah, he had a spell over in playable leagues, but it's a shame. It's a shame. And finally, the last page, we've got Tobias. Well, he was a strong contender, as I said before, for Player of the Year. Did really well. He's got a free transfer move to Middlesbrough, interestingly. Moving from Atletico Madrid. He's been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Andy Vince. Andy Vince is at Nottingham Forest. Still one more year left on his contract. Oh, I see. So his contract actually came to an end and then he signed a new 2-year deal after it officially ended. That's what that means. Okay, Andy Vince. Trevor Choi. Trevor Choi, you are in the Australian League. Deservedly the goalkeeper of the year. No doubt about it. You've done really, really well. Well done, champ. James Wallace is at Herning Fremad. Never heard of them. They are in Denmark. And what you got? You one more year left on your contract. Yeah, you've done all right. You've done all right. You've not had the games you want, but could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot worse, James. So give yourself a little pat on the back. Jorn Sorensen Wang. Just hasn't left Norway. Now, I didn't really pick on this, did I? Because I gave Loyal Dog to Tim Edwards, and it probably should have gone equally, to be honest with you, to Jorn Simonsen Wang. I apologise about that, because you've been at Norway the whole time, like Tim Edwards. Was that Wang Fat, weren't it, Tim Edwards? And you've never put a foot wrong, but you just couldn't be asked to get out of Norway, could you? Sam Wheatley. Sam Wheatley is moving from Accrington Stanley and he's going to Derby County. He's going to Derby County. Well done, Sam. And finally, Mark Whittaker is currently on a free after being released by Stoke City. Wow. Wow is what I can say. Let's have a look now then at contracts. There's going to be a lot of people. Oh, look at Peter, still on 95 grand. And that's why he's Ballon d'Or winner. Pet Page is on 90 grand a week. How's Pet Page still managed to get... Well, it's because they're in top flight. Reese, 55. Marimo, 44. Absolutely insane. In terms of contracts, so you can see here, there's a lot of people that could go before the next update. Loads of people could go before the next update. Who knows? And let me also remind you here, of course, all these players here have all got managerial release clauses. And they could leave. Release clauses for these next few guys. Don't think that's going to happen, though. And that is it. That is the latest instalment on Let's Get Champs. But I'm going to give a little award here for someone that's still in the game, because I think we need to keep them entertained. We need to keep the game entertained as much as we can. And I only just thought of this, if I'm really honest with you. I've just thought of it as we've been doing it. And it's going to go to Marimo, because I think the last, 4 years, he's been absolutely brilliant. You know, I said we're all getting to the twilight of our career. No one has come close to that. You know, and he's not exactly playing on a small scale, is he? They've finished 5th in the table. So they've just missed out on Champions League. Incidentally, let's have a look at Champions League now then. If they would be in the coefficients. Yeah, they would be. England, Spain, Italy. So, just have to look at that. So England have been dominating, it would appear, the coefficients for the last 19 years. Is it 19? 18 years, sorry. So, I was right at first, 19 years. Right, okay. So, there we go. That is the end. We're going to leave you on that screenshot of our Player of the Part. I probably should have had that each game, shouldn't I? Player of the Part. But Paolo, as we reach to the pension age, let's see. That's it from me, guys. Till next time, take it easy.